Did you know the first Kentucky Fried Chicken franchise opened in Salt Lake City, Utah in 1952? Colonel Sanders, the founder, later sued his own company. What could have driven him to such a dramatic decision? Well, let's find out. Fast food meals are like the ultimate quick fix. They're about satisfying those cravings ASAP with tons of tasty options. And KFC totally nailed it with their crispy fried chicken that's seasoned just right. They made a huge impact, not just with their chicken, but also with their burgers, wraps and sides like mashed potato and coleslaw. It's like they get the balance of comfort and convenience spot on. However, the owner of KFC didn't quite have a smooth start. Before KFC, Sanders did a bunch of different gigs, working on steam engines, selling insurance and running a gas station. Later, he opened his first KFC franchise restaurant at the age of 62. Now, that justifies that age is just a number. Sanders showed us that you can start something big at any age if you've got an idea and a secret recipe. It's all about believing in yourself and not letting the numbers hold you back from chasing your dreams. So the iconic founder started cooking when he was super young. The New Yorker says after his dad died when he was just 6, his mum had to work a lot and wasn't home much, so he had to take care of his younger siblings and do a lot of cooking. By age 7, he was already killing it with bread, veggies and even meat. He had no clue that this would make him rich one day. Sanders didn't get much formal education and had a tough childhood. When his mum got remarried, his stepdad didn't want kids around, so he had to leave home at 12. He started working on a farm, getting a small room and board. He tried to juggle work and school, but dropped out in 7th grade. But in the early 1930s, Sanders was running a gas station and came up with the idea for KFC. When customers complained about the lack of good food, so Sanders used his cooking skills and turned a storage room into a tiny diner. He started selling ham, mashed potatoes, biscuits, and more importantly, fried chicken. While many had tasted KFC's chicken and recognised Colonel Sanders, not many knew about the chain's colourful history. There's more to KFC than just crispy chicken and tasty sides. Eventually, by 1963, he was making $300,000 and had over 600 franchises in Canada and the US. The Colonel saw that KFC was blowing up so fast that he couldn't keep up, so he decided to sell it, which led to drama with the new owners. He hated how they were ruining things and started bashing KFC publicly. He even tried to start a rival company, leading to a pricey lawsuit. According to sources, after Ken Hueblein bought KFC in 1971, Sanders' love for KFC tanked. He trashed their gravy as slop and called their new bosses a bunch of booze hounds. When Hueblein took over KFC, he wasn't cool with Sanders using his image for his new restaurant. They sued him, but he hit back, demanding over $122 million in 1976. Sanders claimed Hueblein blocked him from franchising his new restaurant and used his image without permission. They settled for $1 million, and he got to keep his eatery. Sanders and his wife wanted to keep serving Southern-style dishes, so they aimed to turn their new spot, Claudia Sanders, the Colonel's Lady Diner House, into a chain. But Sanders thought Hueblein was messing with his plans, so he sued them for $122 million again. According to news reports, KFC kept fighting the venture, claiming they owned Sanders' name and even the title Colonel. A few reports also suggested that Sanders and Hueblein settled out of court. Sanders got $1 million and agreed to teach Hueblein's execs how to cook. In return, he had to stop publicly trashing KFC. Claudia Sanders' Diner House is still serving up meals in Shelbyville, Kentucky. For decades, its finger-licking good has perfectly captured how delicious KFC's chicken is. It all started with Dave Harmon, who opened his KFC spot in Phoenix in the 1950s. Dave played a crucial role in shaping KFC's image back in the day. He pitched the idea for the famous red and white striped chicken bucket and simplified menu. Thomas also pushed Sanders to star in commercials and be the face of KFC, a move he later regretted. After selling his KFC spot back to Sanders, Thomas used the cash to launch Wendy's, another big franchise. His contributions left a lasting mark on both KFC and the fast food world. The finger-licking good slogan is known in 130 countries with over 21,000 locations, meaning you're probably never too far from a KFC and its secret blend of herbs and spices. Soon it was printed on the iconic red and white buckets and spread nationwide. KFC used the slogan on and off, stopping it in 2020 during the COVID-19 pandemic due to hygiene concerns. But don't worry, they brought it back in 2021. Eventually, Harmon and Harborough sold their restaurant, but it still operates in new location, serving fried chicken, catfish and fried green tomatoes. Sanders passed away in 1980, but if you want to taste his iconic fried chicken made with KFC's secret blend of 11 herbs and spices, there are now over 25,000 KFC restaurants in more than 145 countries as of 2023. According to his biography, Sanders made millions from selling KFC, but it didn't take him long to regret his decision to sell. During a visit to a New York City franchise, he slapped their chicken as the worst and criticised the gravy as wallpaper paste. Despite selling the company, Sanders remained the brand's face and took its operations to heart. He also mentioned that he was constantly recognised and stopped by people complaining about KFC's food. If you ever spend Christmas in Japan, get ready for a unique twist. Instead of turkey or ham, it's all about KFC. Back in the 1970s, KFC launched a big marketing push there. Even though Christmas isn't an official holiday in Japan, people love flocking to KFC for a fried chicken feast. The trend started when some foreigners couldn't find turkey, so they went with chicken instead. KFC saw an opportunity and started selling Christmas meals. Soon, Kentucky for Christmas, or whatever it is in Japanese, caught on across the country, and a new tradition was born. Nowadays, people line up for hours on Christmas Eve for a special KFC dinner, complete with champagne and cake. It's a festive tradition that shows how cultures can blend in unexpected and delicious ways. In the 2010s, KFC ditched its old-fashioned image and went full-on millennial-friendly. They embraced internet weirdness and the idea of going viral. For example, in July 2018, they built a statue of Colonel Sanders using cat toys and streamed live footage of real cats playing with it. All thanks to collaboration with Super Deluxe, a comedy site. Not stopping there, KFC also launched some seriously unique products. Ever heard of the 11 herbs and spices fire log? It's a log that when burned supposedly fills your home with the scent of their fried chicken. Then there was a prom-worthy fried chicken corsage in 2014. Yeah, they actually sold a corsage kit and a $5 KFC gift card that you could pick up fresh chicken attached to it. Talk about a tasty accessory. And let's not forget about the scented candles. KFC ran a contest in 2016 where you could win a candle with Colonel on it that smelt like fried chicken. It was a hit, just like their limited edition gravy scented candles that came out a few years ago. So whether you're into bizarre internet stunts, unique scents, or just want to accessorise with chicken, KFC was all about shaking things up and making sure you never forget their finger-licking goodness. In 2019, KFC also dropped a retro-style game called Colonel Quest, which spins a wacky tale about Colonel Sanders' life. According to sources, it's quirky as heck, with missions like escaping classrooms, bouncing babies on trampolines, and even surviving a shootout at a gas station. Back in 2017, they also launched The Hard Way, a VR game to train their cooks. It's like being stuck in a lodge with Colonel Sanders himself, teaching you how to fry the perfect chicken. Like a virtual boot camp where you can't leave until you nailed the recipe. And if gaming isn't your vibe, Sanders is now a comic book hero. DC Comics teamed up with Justice League to fight bad guys, with Sanders teaming up with superheroes like Green Lantern. So whether you're a gamer or just looking for a new comic book hero, Colonel Sanders and KFC have surprises that will keep you entertained and maybe even craving some chicken. Here's a thought to wrap it up. What do you think KFC's next wild marketing stunt will be? Don't forget to comment down below and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.